All right, good morning, everybody. Just watered the grass. My beautiful plant's growing really nice. This one I just planted, and I pull out that weed and I cut the grass today. It's beautiful zoysia grass. All right, so isn't that beautiful? All right, we're gonna be doing this side over here. I just planted that right there. All right, just wanted to make a quick video about the power of manifesting. And so people always ask me, Rudy, you say you don't get sick, and I don't. I never get sick. I don't get headaches or hangovers or anything like that. I don't drink anymore. But so you found this channel not by accident. You're here for a reason. And if you have illnesses in your body, or you're always in fear of illnesses, or you're going through something that you feel like it's never going to go away, even mental illness and stuff like that, any kind of illness. So the way I do it, and when you know someone is chosen, when they figured it out, it's all through vibrations and through frequency. And so the frequency you put out is what the frequency is going to give back to you. The world will never tell you no. The world is benevolent. And so it hears you. It actually hears you. And so when you're happy and it sees you happy, and you speak happiness, then the world will continue giving it to you. You'll have good luck. Now, the people in the world, they're the ones that are going to attack you. But what I'm getting at here is health, and how I do not get sick, and how frequency and vibration and words matter. And it works for everything. It works for everything. Okay, so if you're chosen, then you would know the answer. And so the question is this: how many times a year do you get sick? I'll wait. I already know what you're saying. Saying, Rudy, well, I get sick once or twice a year. And it gets really bad on one of those. I said, oh, that's okay. And if you were to ask me, you would say, Rudy, how many times a year do you get sick? I would tell you, never. I don't get sick. I never get sick. And that right there is the answer. Because the consciousness, which is oxygen, hears you. Because without oxygen, you have no consciousness. Your heart can still work, your brain can still work, you can still function, but your conscious is not there. So the oxygen is what your consciousness is. And when I asked you that simple question of how many times a year do you get sick, you told the world once or twice a year, sometimes one really bad. And with myself, never. I never get sick. And I believe it with the total faith of God and the Word of God. But the thing is, you just said what you said. And it works on every aspect of your life. I hate my job. I hate my life. I hate, I hate my body. I hate my brothers. I hate my mother. I hate, whatever the case may be, is what the consciousness, the oxygen is going to hear you. I hate that person. I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. The consciousness in the world is going to give you back what you're saying. So watch what you're saying. And mainly watch what you're saying about yourself. Because that's where the problems are going to be manifesting. Because you said it. Even when you gossip and say, other people say, well, she's bad and she's going to cheat on you. She's going to cheat on you. Those people are manifesting or trying to manifest that in you, when you know that she wouldn't do that, or he wouldn't do that. And so the problem is the manifestation and the gossiping all works in hand. So when you gossip or you're around people, you become that person. And so if I go to lunch with you and I start talking to you about my life, and most people talk to you about their life, I'm going to tell you about my business. I'm going to tell you about how good God is to me, my health, manifestations, the 2 songs that I wrote with God that I didn't try to do. I didn't try to become a content creator. I didn't try to do any of this. I just followed God's lead by knowing that I never get sick. So I have to stick with him. And so when you go meet other people, you find out real quick who they are, their character. They might come with a smiling face or a beer or something like that. Run away from those people. Anybody that tries to be your friend, walk away from anybody. Don't give them any time. You pick the person you want to talk to. You go out to a bar, don't let nobody come up to you. You pick the person that you already saw that was already in there having a good time that you enjoy. And you talk to that person. So there's a lot of people out there that's going to try to bring you down or keep you in the matrix or keep you in the loop of something psychotic that, they're talking about you or your job. They're going to fire you, or they're going to tell on you, or they're going to steal your car. Listen, God is no pussy. Keep walking in your faith. I've seen people try to come against me and their family died. I'm not kidding. I'm not playing. God is no pussy. So all these people out here that think that they're tough, they're not. They're employees, all of them. So keep that in mind. Whenever you feel like, well, my sickness is here and I fear this and I fear that. And you must have balls to do what you're doing, to put yourself out there. And I'll tell you something. I don't give a fuck about anybody, what anybody thinks or anything. I'm doing my job, my purpose in life. I wouldn't fuck with me. I don't talk to anybody, and I don't want to talk to anybody. But that's how I live my life, and I'm very happy. And people say, well, aren't you lonely? You can't be alone with God. I have a lot of questions that God answers for me. And it's real simple when you spend time alone with God. My first business was called Hurricane Carpet Cleaners, that was given to me by God. And this business was given to me by God as well, but God named it Time Out Carpet Care. First I was Hurricane, now I'm Time Out. I asked God, how am I going to answer the phone? Time out! But it all works out for the best. So never question God, or never question the miracles that are going to come. You have to have your belief system working for you. You have to surround yourself with people that are going to support you. And unfortunately, you're going to find out, no matter how great that friend is, or that woman, or that whoever those people are, they're going to let you down. They're going to let you down in a way that you would have never thought of. So how can I be lonely when I know God has never let me down? I'm manifesting in real time right in front of you. I'm manifesting the games, the YouTube channel, me going to the college and passing an exam without studying. My first business was given to me by a banker. I was working for somebody. He had just bought me a car. I quit the job. I needed an extension on the car that he had just bought me. I have no money. I'm 26 years old. And he asked me what I needed. I thought it was just a question. I'm 26 years old, Hispanic man in Victoria, Texas. No job, no money. My girlfriend took the kids. I don't think my electricity was on. I'm telling you the truth. And he says, what do you need? I said, well, I need a van, a truck mount, this and that. The Barnwell said they would use me. And he goes, I know them. And with a handshake, he loaned me $50,000 that day. The next day I was on TV with my TV commercials back in those days. And you can look it up. I sold Hurricane Carpet Cleaners out of Victoria, Texas in 2013. That business is still operating today. God gave me that business. That guy, he bought a good business, and he knew who I was, and he bought it, okay? And I took a time out. That's why the business is called Time Out Carpet Care, because God put me on time out to grow up to be a man. And being out in the country and the freeze in 2021, and my motorhome didn't have no water because it was frozen. There's no way to go anywhere. Me and the dogs were bundled up. I didn't have any heat. I had just bought my property. Oh man. But I was on timeout. And it was just me and God. And he showed up. And he showed up in a big way. You know, I live in a beautiful home. And I have a beautiful life. My business is doing not so well right now because I got in an accident. But the paycheck, God can give you money. And so I'm buying all the stuff I need to get back on track with my 5-star review business. I've been retired since 2013, and I'm just starting up this business, Timeout Carpet Care. 2022, I've been voted top 10 every year since I've opened. And this is going to be another year. And I'm not trying to do anything. It's just happening for me. Spoken into existence. Everybody wants to know how I met Mary. Well, Mary and I were praying to God. And Mary said, I need a strong man. Don't do that, ladies. A man like me will show up. And you won't know what to do. Because God is all over me. And so, how I manifested Mary, she wanted a good godly man. And I wanted a good woman that I could trust with all the blessings that God is going to give me. And Mary's that person. And also, I used to live in the area that I'm in now. And I said, Lord, I want to live in la, 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 la. And he told me, well, go to this place and have a good time. So I went out there and sang, and I don't talk to anybody. Well, this glowing smile face showed up, and it was Mary and her friend, her mean friend. It's always the story of two women you meet. There's a mean one, and there's a nice one. Stick with the nice one. Doesn't matter what they look like, they're all the same. Pick the nice one. And that's what I did. And as we met and started dating, I had asked her, I said, what area code do you live in? She said, blah, 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 blah. And so here I am. And so it's a lovely day in paradise when you have God. Now, talking about loneliness, I don't know, speaking for a woman, I don't know because I'm not a woman, but for a man, if you ladies want to know, it's not a problem for us to be alone. It's not a problem for us to not talk to anybody. It's not a problem for us to not spill what's in our mind and our emotions, because we look within ourselves, and we know who our character is, how our bank account is, how our life is, and where we want to go, and how hard it is to get there. And it's not hard. It's just your faith and what you speak into existence. Now, when I went to that banker at 26 years old and I didn't have no money, no job, you know, when I quit my job, I had just quit my job. The next day I went to the banker and told him I can't afford the car. I need an extension because I am going to open my own business. As soon as I said that, he gave me the $50,000. I didn't have the business yet. I had just quit my job. I was the number one guy. And I said, I quit. I need an extension on this car because I quit my job and I'm going to open up my own business. And just like that, Hurricane Carpet Cleaners was born. All right. That's a little bit of storytelling. I have some incredible stories I have my receipts, and they're out of this world situations that no one will ever see. So have a wonderful day, and remember, God is always watching. Bet.